Hello and welcome to the third episode of Pokemon Origins. In this episode we're going to look at Venusaur. Let's get started. Alright, so in this episode we're going to focus on Venusaur. It is Pokedex number 3 in the National and Kanto Pokedexes, and number 233 in the Johto Pokedex. Much like its pre-evolutions Ivysaur and Bulbasaur, it is the Seed Pokemon and is Grass Poison type. Its two abilities, the same as its pre-evolutions, are Overgrow and Chlorophyll. Overgrow increases Venusaur's power by 1.5 times of its grass moves when its health drops below a third of its total. Chlorophyll doubles Venusaur's speed in sunlight, but as I mentioned in the previous two episodes, sunlight also increases fire's power as well, so it's a bit of a compromise there. The only way to attain a Venusaur is by evolving an Ivysaur, which you can only get by evolving a Bulbasaur. And you can find Bulbasaur in Pokemon Fire Red, Leaf Green, Green, Blue, Red, Heart Gold and Soul Silver. So you can go back and watch the Bulbasaur video if you just want some more detail on that. If we look at Venusaur's base stats, we can see its health points are 80, attack 82, defense 83, special attack 100, special defense 100, speed 80, giving it a total of 525. And some Pokemon with the same total of this are Meganium, Torterra, so also some other grass starters, and a lot of the evolutions, so Espeon, Flareon, Glaceon, Umbreon, and Vaporeon, also Leafeon and Jolteon, so majority of them there. The EV yield you get from a Venusaur is 2 special attack and 1 special defense EV, so exactly the same as Ivysaur, but an extra special attack one. And for breeding, it's in the Monster and Grass group and takes a minimum of 5,355 steps to hatch an egg. And again, much like its pre-evolutions, the type effectiveness is the same. It's very weak to Flying, Fire, Psychic and Ice types, and it's resistant to Fighting, Water, Grass and Electric types, again with no immunities. And now on the screen you can see the learn set for Generation 5, much like Ivysaur's really. Solar Beam again, Synthesis, Worry Seed, etc. Much the same. I've also included the moves it can relearn after it's evolved from what it might have learnt as a Bulbasaur and Ivysaur. And here again you can see the list of TMs and HMs it can learn. Again, identical to Ivysaur, I would assume, except now it can learn Hyper Beam and Earthquake, I think. And I think that's pretty much it. Bulldoze and Giga Impact. And obviously Cut, Rock Smash and Strength. Moves it can learn from breeding are again exactly the same as Bulbasaur and Ivysaur, because if you breed a Venusaur you get a Bulbasaur. So that's just on screen there for you to look at now. And there is the list for tutoring it can learn. Extra ones here, Frenzy Plant, Outrage as well, and I think that is it. Block possibly that wasn't there on Ivysaur. Yeah. And now I'm going to move on to a new section I am calling Competitive Battling. Yeah, I know, not a very good name, but this is just going to be how you can use the Pokemon in a battle sense, tactics, moves, abilities, and where to put your EVs and IVs. Well, not IVs, but EVs. Now, Venusaur wasn't used much before the coming of Black and White because its only ability was Overgrow. But again, the hidden ability Chlorophyll, so obviously Chlorophyll could be very helpful. If it's sunny, you double your speed. So I'm just going to go through one main tactic here, and then I'll probably just go through, just overview another one. Now this tactic is called Special Growth. You want to get your Venusaur to hold a Life Orb. Its ability wants to be Chlorophyll, and its nature needs to be Modest. In moveset, it needs to be Growth, Giga Drain or Solar Beam, Hidden Power, which is Fire, and a Sludge Bomb or a Sleep Powder. IVs, ideally you need to have 2 in attack, 30 in special attack, and 30 in speed, And EVs you want to put 4 in health points, 252 in special attack, and 252 in speed. Now with this setup, Venusaur is just very fast. Life Orb is obviously a preferred item as it boosts Venusaur's offense moves, so obviously Growth is very important. It's obviously called Special Growth, as it will boost Venusaur's special attack to very high levels. Giga Drain is, a stab move you get with obviously Grass type and such, so you can use that, or Solar Beam if you want to deal with the extra move of charging up, but possibly. Hidden power with fire is kind of essential just to take out any steel types really, apart from Heatran obviously, under the sun, if you've got sun in the air. And Sludge Bomb is just another secondary stab move, obviously poison type as well, but you can also have Sleep Powder just for an option to, you know, to put your enemy to sleep, and if the opponent sends in something to counter it, you can just hopefully put them to sleep and that will work. Another setup you could have is a Sunny Day one with Black Sludge and a Modest Nature. Obviously ability doesn't really matter, you could have Chlorophyll if you want, and that's mainly focusing on Sunny Day and Solar Beam, and it's pretty much the same, you know, powering out your fire hidden power as well. Also there's Physical Growth as well, which is focusing more on physical attacks, so you've got Seed Bomb and Earthquake in there instead of Giga Drain and Sludge Bomb. And then the final one is Subseed, where you use Leech Seed and Substitute or Protect just to kind of stall for time really. And a good counter for Venusaur if you come up against him in battle is, well, the only really ways to counter it are you could use a Blizzy or a Chansey with Thunder Wave, or Steel types really are a good wall unless Venusaur has fire hidden power. And also you could use another weather inducing Pokemon just to get rid of the sunlight and obviously reduce Venusaur's speed quite considerably, so you can hopefully outrun it and kill it. Now for a bit of trivia. In the sprites in the Japanese Pokemon Red and Green games, and also the Generation 2 and 3 games, Venusaur's flower has 5 petals, like the real Rafflesia flower, which you can find out more by watching the Pokemon Origins video on Bulbasaur, Ivysaur and Venusaur. However, in all other games before and since, it has 6 petals, so it's a bit of a difference there really. Also, as you all know but not necessarily think about, Venusaur is the first fully evolved Pokemon in the National Pokedex order, as the only two before are Bulbasaur and Ivysaur, obviously. It's also the first Pokemon in the National Pokedex order to have a gender difference, as both Bulbasaur and Ivysaur have none. And finally, Venusaur is exactly the same size as another grass-type Pokemon, Tropius. They both have a height of 2 meters or 6 foot 7 inches, and both weigh 100 kilograms or 220.5 pounds. So, you know, bit of a coincidence or meant to be. And that ends this episode off. Please leave any feedback you have below on the new stuff I've added in, or some old stuff you want back, etc. And yeah, leave a like or a dislike to say what you think of the video. See you next time guys, bye.